Hey there, I thought I'd show you my automotive book collection because there's some interesting titles in it, and I thought I would share with you some ways that I've found to expand the book collection without spending too much. First off, there are these repair manuals which I come across at yard sales very often, and they're really cheap sometimes. Like this one, got it for $1. These things retail for $30, and I've got like a shelf full of them. If you've got the space for them, it's fun to have them, and maybe you run into someone that actually needs one of these books, and you'll be like, hey, here you go, and you've just made their day. If you're really lucky, you'll run into something like this, a service manual. These things are thick, and they cover a lot more information than the other ones do. Haynes manuals are still pretty good books. They have a lot of information in them, but if you come across one of these, and it happens to be the car that you have, that's going to be great, because that is everything that you need to know, pretty much. Except for like service bulletins, I think, unless it's a later version. But this is all the basic stuff and all the advanced stuff. I don't own a Pontiac 6000, but I saw this at a yard sale for $5 or less. I don't know exactly how much I got this for, but it's a Pontiac book, so I had to get it. Sometimes you come across old books like this one, nothing on the cover. It says Fuels and Combustion on the spine of the book. But it says copyright 1952. I know later prints can have the same copyright, but it's actually from a later date, and I get that, so I don't know exactly when this came out. It has the numbers 10 through 16-MP-1098, 590-80, which is what's on the back here. So if that means something to somebody, there you go. I'm pretty sure that's the information you need. Yeah, some of this stuff goes over my head, but maybe one day. This is a welding book, and I found it in a parking lot. It's in decent shape aside from what looks like it was thrown on the ground, maybe stomped on. It's got a lot of like surface damage from the road. And there's a page or two in here that is damaged. So the impression I kind of get is someone very passionately gave up on welding. So I don't know. So that's a non-fiction book with a story to tell. There's this book, Foundations of Aerodynamics. This one definitely goes over my head. It says copyright 1986, and it's also looking like it used to belong to a library. It's got checkout dates from 86 up to 94. There's a lot of math in that one. This is Weird Cars. I got this pretty early in the channel's history. Very early on. It was a present though. And I was hoping to use this as like a guide to make some interesting content, but I never got around to making that series. It is a pretty interesting book though, and it mentions regular car reviews in it. The Great Book of Automobiles was also a present. It is big, and you'd think it's heavy. It's heavier than you think. It's big for a reason though. The photos inside of it are big, so you can see a lot of the details. This isn't necessarily a book about cars at all, but it's a guide to making videos, and I found this at the library. They sell books that they no longer need, and this was one of them. This is my textbook for when I went to Lincoln Tech to take auto repair classes. I still go back to this from time to time. It's good to brush up on the basics every now and then, but now is the star of the show, this old book. This thing is from the 40s as best as I can tell. Copyright renewed most recently 1942. And the copyright listing is most recently 1943. And the preface to this edition is in 1943. So I'm going to go with that. This thing's almost 80 years old. This book has instructions on things like how to repair acetylene gas-powered headlights. There's even a bit in here about how the Owen magnetic works, which is one of the first hybrid cars ever made. I would love to make a video one day about how an Owen magnetic works, but I would like to have actual footage of an Owen magnetic to show during the video. And it'd be amazing if I could like get underneath it, even take stuff apart. I know that's really unlikely because those cars are super rare. But if anyone happens to know a friend of a friend. So that was where the microphone ran out of batteries. I left it on overnight, dumb mistake, and as you saw, the microphone cut out at the end. I lost all the information that I was saying. I don't remember what I was saying because I have terrible memory. So I remember saying something about Jay Leno having a car, and it was very unlikely that I would be encountering his car. So if any of you happen to know someone that owns an Owen magnetic, you can get me in touch with them to try to get a video situation set up. That would be great. But being that that's super unlikely, I will just hope to see you in the next Car Simplified video. Thanks for watching.